Help me hit 4,000 subscribers. Support the video with a like and leave your thoughts in the comments. I read everyone. Thank you. I used to think humor was the glue that held my marriage together. I loved making light jokes, teasing my husband, and laughing at the tiny complications of life. But the day I joked about getting a new husband, everything cracked in a way I never expected. My name is Leora, and my husband's name is Callan. Two people who thought they understood each other better than anyone else could. I was wrong. Terribly wrong. It happened during a small gathering at my sister's house. The night was warm, the lights soft, and everyone was buzzing with friendly chatter. I was joking around with my sister's husband Milo when I said, "If Callan doesn't help me unload the car, I swear I'm putting in an order for a new husband." Everyone laughed. It was harmless, silly, the kind of teasing we always did. I expected Callan to roll his eyes or maybe joke back. But he didn't. He looked at me with an expression I'd never seen before. Sharp, cold, almost hollow. Then, in front of everyone, he said, "Maybe you should. Someone else might appreciate the things you clearly don't." The room went still. Even the music in the background felt too loud. My stomach tightened, and for the first time in our marriage, I felt embarrassed, exposed. I tried laughing it off, but it didn't work. Callan walked outside, leaving the rest of us staring after him. Milo whispered, "That was harsh," and I felt my cheeks burn. On the drive home, silence filled the car. I kept replaying his words. When we got inside, I finally confronted him. "Why would you say that? It was just a joke." Callan didn't look at me at first. He sat on the edge of the bed, hands clasped together, jaw tight. "Because you always joke about replacing me, trading me, upgrading me," he said quietly. "You have no idea how it feels." His tone wasn't angry, it was hurt. Deeply hurt. But I had never meant anything by those jokes. Thought he knew that. Over the next few days, something changed. Callan became distant, polite in a way that felt wrong, almost robotic. I tried offering kindness, affection, small gestures, but everything seemed to bounce off him. He wasn't cruel, he was simply gone. That emptiness terrified me. So I called his best friend, Arlo, hoping he could help me understand. What Arlo told me froze my blood. "Callan's been struggling for months," he said. "He feels like he can't keep up with your expectations. And those jokes, they cut deeper than you think." Felt sick. I had been unintentionally hurting the man I loved. Arlo hesitated before adding something else. "And he told me something I probably shouldn't repeat. He said he's afraid you'll leave him first." That shattered me. I had never even imagined leaving Callan. But suddenly I understood why his reply had been so brutal. Pain often hides inside sharp words. I decided to fix things. I planned a quiet dinner at home, lit candles, cooked his favorite meal, lavender pasta with lemon roasted chicken. When he came in and saw the setup, he sighed. "Leora, you don't have to do this." But I insisted. Over dinner I told him everything. How thoughtless I had been, how I never meant to belittle him, and how much he mattered to me. He listened silently. When I finished, he looked at me with tired eyes. "It's not that I think you don't love me," he said. "I just didn't know if you respected me anymore." I reached across the table and held his hand. "I do. More than you know. And I'm sorry I made you doubt that." His fingers tightened around mine, but he still looked unsure. Then he said something unexpected. "There's something else I didn't tell you. The night you joked about a new husband, I already felt like I was losing you." That confused me. "Why?" I asked. He took a slow breath. "There's been someone at work who's been giving me attention. Nothing happened. But I didn't hate it. And that scared me." My heart dropped, but he continued before I spoke. "I don't want her. I never did. But I think the reason her attention felt comforting was because I felt invisible at home." His voice cracked on the last word. That confession hurt, yes, but what hurt more was realizing how blind I had been. Callan wasn't asking for perfection. He was begging not to be overlooked. I stood, walked around the table, and cupped his face gently. "I see you," I whispered. "I'm sorry I made you feel unseen." His eyes finally softened, the coldness melting. "I don't want anyone but you," he said quietly. "I just need to feel like I matter too." Tears slid down my cheeks, and for once, they weren't from frustration or fear. They were from finally understanding each other again. The next weekend, we returned to my sister's house for another dinner. I was nervous, unsure if Callan would still carry the weight of that night. But when someone joked about marriage troubles, he slipped his arm around me and said, "I already have the only wife I want. No upgrades available." Everyone laughed, but this time, his eyes held warmth, not bitterness. And for the first time in a long time I felt safe. Not because Callan forgave me, but because we finally opened the doors we had both kept locked. Sometimes the most painful moments aren't meant to break us, they're meant to wake us.